Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Garvish and I am the managing member at Garvish Immigration Law Group. Welcome back to our Wednesday Win, where we give you one win we've had in our immigration practice. So I wanted to talk about a win that we had a few weeks ago. I've been sick, so I haven't been doing videos for a while. We had a consult with two young men in a relationship. One was a former military young man from the South. He fell in love with a man from Mexico who had entered without documentation into the US. We talked 3 years ago and we are just finalizing this process now, but we had to go through what's called parole in place. So when you've entered without documentation, but you are an immediate relative to a military or former military, you can apply for what's called parole in place and they will give you an entry document. So we went through that process. We were worried because this was during the Trump administration. Were they going to approve the parole in place for us? And they did approve the parole in place. Then we got to the point where we had the I-130 approved and we're going to file the adjustment. And this is at the time when we had the really tough public charge rules in place. These guys were just kind of getting established and didn't have a lot of income at the time. And there were some issues with this individual who was the beneficiary who just hadn't had authorization to work. And so luckily the public charge was done away with by Biden, and then we were called in for an interview in Charleston, South Carolina. I got on the phone with these two clients. We prepped them for the interview. There was a very stern officer who was interviewing my clients, and one of the questions he asked was about their bona fides. Why don't you have any pictures with family members? Why don't you have any pictures with your extended immediate family? And they answered, our friends are our family. We haven't been accepted. Our lifestyle hasn't been accepted by our families. And we have, I said basically been thrown away by our families. And they've created family and friends. So the officer, was still very stern. And then he said, well, I said to him, and I made a comment, I said, sometimes, especially strict military background, especially in the South, in the Latino population, many times they throw away their children who maybe have a different lifestyle than they wish that they would have. And then he said, well, I am a 20-year military veteran and I have a gay son. And at that moment, I was like, all right, we're good. So everything else went great at the interview. He actually approved them that day, got a stamp in the passport. Green card is in my client's hands, and that's our Wednesday win. I'll be back next Wednesday for another one.